Hi everyone, this is Cindy, and I have been away from my craft room for weeks now, and I'm trying to get back into it, and I still could get interrupted at any moment. My husband just got out of the hospital a couple of days ago. He's still not well, so if it ends abruptly, you know something happened, that nothing bad happened, but I had to go help him. So anyway, I wanted to entitle this video, a page, a pocket, a challenge, and what's new. And it's just little bitty things about what's going on in my craft life, which isn't a whole lot, but I'm trying to get back into it. Okay, one of the things that actually started around Christmas time was these pages. And I had two things happen. I'd seen Gail doing a flip through of a journal or something that she had gotten from somebody. How's that for a bunch of information? And one of the pages had postage stamps all around the edges. And I thought, oh, that's a cool idea. I've got a lot of postage stamps. You know, I hoard them because, you know, I think I'll never have any more. It's a cute way to use them. But so that was in my mind. And then I was going through all my Christmas supplies, organizing that. And I had a bunch of pictures right here. You can see them that were from my lighting. I'm not sure about because we've got snow and ice here. Ice is kind of blocking one window, so hopefully that's fairly decent. I need to get better lighting, but I don't know what would help. So anyway, these come from an address label, and you know it's got a little picture, then it's got your address. Well, I had saved a bunch of them because it's Christmas pictures, right? So what can I do with them? Well, this is the perfect way to use them. And they are stickers, so you can just stick them on there. Some of them need more help, like this one's going to need a little extra glue. And but anyway, I just made borders on pages, and I had a whole lot of them, the address labels, and you know, I just moved so they are all out of date. I mean, not out of date, they weren't correct anymore. Hey, I haven't used that in about a month and it still came out. So anyway, I thought it was a pretty cool idea for just page decoration. And I had enough to do, some of these are double, like this and this. And we can keep on going. And, you know, there's, I know when I was much younger, there was a big thing about, oh, if you get something in the mail, and you use it, you have to pay for it. So I don't know what the rule is on that. You know, you don't ask for these address labels to come through the mail. I know you've all gotten them. I get a bunch from my insurance company, so I definitely don't mind using those because I definitely pay for that insurance. So I don't know. That's up to you to decide whether you can use yours or not. But mine, they weren't usable anyway because they had the wrong address. So I thought it was a cute page thing. So maybe you have some hanging around. But as I was doing these, I thought, these are all Christmas. I know I have to have some that I saved that are not Christmas. Well, sure enough, I found the bag. And I cut them all up. It still had the address on there, so I just cut them all up and so that they'd be easy to grab. You know, you just peel it off and stick it on the page. So this is what's left. I guess just did the 2 pages. And they're just single pages. So anyway, that was my idea for a page. Just if you have some of those old address labels that you can't use or you don't want to use, maybe you can use the pictures. So that's my page. All right, my pocket. Now this one's great. If I can find where I put it. Right here. Okay. I was watching a Cara, Brandon, and Friends Facebook group. Was doing a challenge in January. You might have seen some of the videos. Well, I didn't start watching till like January 25th. And this thing had been going on all month. And people have been organizing their classrooms. Craft rooms. And I thought, man, I wish I had been well enough to take part. But it doesn't mean you can't. It's just I'm way behind. So I started with my laces and trims. And all the videos I show where people showed their laces and trims, I'm just like, oh, you poor dear, you don't have very many. Because I have these IKEA baskets that are around, I don't remember exactly the size, maybe 14 by 14 or bigger. I have 1, 2, 3, I think I have 7 or 8 full of different colors. I have them divided. I would put a picture at the end of this video of the before and after of one drawer. And the before is not quite the before because I had done a bunch out of that drawer before I ever took the picture. But anyway, I had tons, and I've just now finished finished the last drawer last night, and it took me about 2 weeks. Of course, you know, we had a little trip to the hospital in the middle. But anyway, one of the videos we watched, and this is coming under a pocket and the challenge, I guess. Rach and Bella Crafts, she mentioned something about an envelope video, so I went to look at it, and she had taken all of her scraps and put them on a book page. And she had a book page, and she put like a solid piece of fabric on hers, and then just started gluing bits and pieces of lace and trims on there, and then stitched around it and made an envelope. And this was the first one I made, and I was like, I'm not so sure about this one. And I have my little tub of stuff, and I think one of these has a full sheet or full piece of fabric on them. I didn't have enough full pieces. I just pieced them together. So I got some lace here and some little gauze here and some satiny stuff here. So I just, you know, whatever came out of that tub is what made my envelopes. But once I sewed them together and, you know, kind of got away from the day I made them, I don't think it's too bad. And that was my worst one. That was my first one. And then I got a little better, I think. This is the one that's got, no, it's still got patched fabric. And I just think that's pretty. But anyway, this was a sheer fabric that had that, I think you can see it, that flower on there. And then the colors on this one went well. And this is some actual tatting, which I found, of course, because I was going through my ribbons and trims. And just some fabric. And I haven't glued these yet. These would be glued to make a pocket. But I don't know. I just thought these were cool. And I will try to link her video. I'm not sure I'm good at that, but it's Rach and Bella Crafts on YouTube. And you can find it if I can't get it linked. This is the one that's got the solid sheet of, or I can't call it sheet. Call it shawl. How I can talk. See, it's just I'm way out of practice here. Solid piece of fabric all the way across. And then I put this lace overlay on it and that little cluster. And then a little strip of something there. So anyway, just whatever you have, it uses up your scraps, and it's kind of, I think they're neat. So this one just patchwork fabrics on the back and laces and trims and stuff. So, and I got two more. This one I think is pretty too. I had a lot of this little lace with the, I don't know if it's got a name, but it's got that same color of applique on it or whatever. Just different things. So it was fun because when I was going through the trims, I had a lot of little short pieces I tossed in a different tub, and that's where I got these things from. And another skinnier one, I just had this piece of fabric that was skinny, so I just thought, I'm going to make that work. So there's that one. So that's my pocket idea, but it's not really my idea. It's Rach and Bella Crafts, and I just was showing you what I did. That was just something I could do at night, sitting on the couch, you know, just kind of not trying to think about things and using up scraps as well. Okay, the next thing is the challenge. The challenge was, I told you already, Cara, Brandon, and Friends is the Facebook group, and you can go to Cara Brandon. I think it's just Cara Brandon on YouTube, and she'll have like week 1 video, week 2, week 3 and 4, and then she's got a list of all the people that participated, and you can go watch their videos, and they show how they, if you watch Gail, you probably saw her video on organizing fabric. That's how I found out about this. So anyway, I started in, and a couple of things I found that, I found a lot of stuff that I had forgotten I had, and I should grab one and show you how I organize it. Let me grab one. I hadn't planned on doing this, but why not? Here's the drawer. I think it's bigger than 14. Yeah, way bigger. So it's about 20, isn't it? 21 way and about roughly 17 the other. So it's probably was officially 20 by 18. But anyway, all this stuff that you see in here was just piled in there. All these trims are just loose and ratted up together. And so Cara had shown, she had a freebie, and she still has it. It's a spool, and you can download it, and she's got a backing that you can print it off so that you've got a pretty side on both. Well, and then she showed how you can make them out of playing cards. So that was my first thought. I was, I got playing cards I don't want, flashcards I don't want. So there's none in this tub I can see. Here are some playing cards though. that I went and bought at Dollar Tree so I'd have enough. So anyway, I just use cereal boxes, and I had a die that cuts these out. So I have it on my kitchen counter. It's still there. I just left it there. I would go cut some of these, cut some little ones, and I would go to my couch where I had this all piled up, you know, and just sit there and watch TV and just roll these on this. And I don't know how many I used to start with. I mean, I have a drawer of, you know, playing cards, and I did have a drawer of playing cards and stuff. I kept a few just plain playing cards, but other than that, all the rest of them are gone because I cut them up and use them this way. I went to Dollar Tree and bought 4 boxes of children's playing cards because they're bigger, and then because this die absolutely wouldn't work on a playing card. It worked on the big flash cards, but I didn't have many of those. And this worked on an oversized kids playing card. I got it at Dollar Tree, and I bought 4 packages, and there's 54 in a package, and I used every one of those plus the ones I already had, and I think I might have just a few left over. So that's how many things to trim. This is one drawer. This drawer is not very full. So anyway, going through all this stuff, I found a couple of things, and one of them is this tissue paper that was between a layer of trim. So it had trim all on the top, so when it wrapped around the packaging, you can see how it was folded around. It didn't touch, you know, it was very delicately packaged or whatever. And I saw this and I thought this would make a great, I don't know what she called them, Rachel called them, when she put stamping on it and pictures and just made like tracing paper, washi tape or something. So I thought that's a project in the future, right? And then I had this. It had, I think from here, I think I had this butterfly trim on it. And this is like stitched on this ribbon, and it was on here. So I thought, see, that is a lot easier to store than this. But I looked at this and I thought, this could either be used like in jelly printing because it gives you a good design, or I may see what I can do with this one next time I'm coffee dyeing outside and see if I can get that design on the paper. So I kept that. So anyway, this is a challenge. It finished at the end of January. I'm just now getting started, but I do have all my, how many drawers I said I had, 7 or 8, organized like this. So it's so much easier to go in here and say, hey, I need a piece of purple. Oh, look, the purple flowers. That would be perfect, you know. This one is purple and gray, and I don't have a whole lot of, or silver. I don't have a lot of silver. So anyway, that's the challenge. And then what's new is the next part of this. Get rid of that drawer. I showed you guys this cover. I'm not even sure, probably November or something. And it was a pillow that I found at a thrift store. And I just looked at the heart and I thought, you know, and I like the way they did the homespun fabrics and stuff. I think I can make that into a cover. Well, I undid 3 of the seams on the pocket, and then I still had the one here, and this was the backing of it. And you see all this little stuff like that? That was from the original pocket. I thought, you know, I think I can put that on. I think it's on a white 9x12 envelope. Maybe that size. This looks whiter than that, doesn't it? Yeah, it's 7. So I'm not sure why I have it on, but 7x9, yeah. So anyway, I finally decided, since it's got a heart, it's for Valentine's, right? I will get working on this. Well, it was hard because I don't have this stuff, you know, stuff that goes with this style really in my stash. So I went looking to see what I could find. And I had gotten a piece of fabric at the thrift store a couple of months ago. And this was a panel with all these squares. And this one just happened to have the hearts on it. So I put it on some scrub paper and made a pocket. You really, I don't think, it's hard to tell where the fabric ends and where the paper begins. But and I had that, and then I had a few little odds and ends. But I went to digitalscrapbook.com, and they give you free downloads. I think you get 10, you get 5 a day. It says 5 a day, but it gave me 10. I think it's because I hadn't been there in a while. And also when I went in there, you know, logged in, they said, hey, you got a free kit. So I got to download a whole free kit. It was more like baby boy stuff, but it did have some plaid papers. So you could decide which parts to download, and I didn't download the whole thing. But I did download some plaid papers because I thought that's, you know, kind of goes with this. Well, this actually isn't from that kit. Those colors were just a little too light, so I just typed in plaid paper and it pulled up a bunch, and you'll see it as I go through here. But so anyway, I haven't really, here's one. I've done a little bit of decorating, but see, there's another one. And I think I've mentioned these tags before. I got them from Compass and Ink, and I kept thinking, I don't know, Compass and Ink, what is that? It's not on my Etsy shop. I mean, not Etsy purchases. Well, I finally looked in my emails, of course, and it's a news. You get an email newsletter, and she has a website or a blog, and she has freebies on there, and this was one of the freebies. So that's where I got these from, Compass and Ink. So anyway, there's another plaid page. I'm working on this. I'm not going to get it ready by Valentine's. Here's where I stitched a heart because I thought, you know, I don't have any heart stuff. So I just got some fabric and stitched a heart. This pocket gal shows how to make on her very first Patreon video. I signed up for that because I was doing a lot of sitting and just, you know, in the hospitals and places and stuff like that. So anyway, that's what's new. And I do want to show you this one thing. My thrift store, I've talked about it before. It's the world's best thrift store, which, you know, if I ever move, I don't know, I may not move because of that. For 25 cents, I got this box of note cards. And the reason I bought it, well, for 25 cents, you really can't go wrong, but it had the quilt on the top, and it was the same dark blue that I had here. So I thought, okay, I'm going to buy that for 25 cents, and I'll use that card. Well, I just want to show you the other cards because they're just gorgeous. And you just never know what you're going to find. There's all the envelope. Well, we'll get those in a minute. There's that. And these are square. It's a different size. Like a little fan quilt. This one would be applique probably. Look at the houses. See, this would work with this too, I think. Look at that one. I love that one too. So, I mean, just look at these. 25 cents. So anyway, that's an envelope. So anyway, that's what's new. Will I get this done by Valentine's? No. I won't. I just don't have the mindset yet to just sit down and work on a journal. But I do have it collected. And I guess that's it. My favorite thing, I think, are these envelopes. So fun things to make. If you got a bunch of scraps in your little snippet bucket, you might give it a try. And you can also use some backing fabric that you might not necessarily like. And anyway, so I'm happy to be back a little bit. I don't know what tomorrow will bring, but we shall see. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.